Nothing's ever good enough for some people.
Morning, everybody. My name is Rita Sklar. I'm Executive Director of the ACLU of Arkansas. We didn't testify earlier because, like everybody else, we expected the bill to fail. First of all, let me say that we'd like to thank the Governor and the members of the General Assembly for recognizing that HB 1228 would do irreparable harm to the reputation and people of Arkansas. But 1228 gave us a black eye. This bill ices it. We still need some Tylenol. And so I'm here to speak against the bill. I will say that the amendment that was just passed that says that federal civil rights, or that was just introduced, that federal civil rights will not be violated, is a good thing. As we know, federal civil rights laws do not protect LGBT Arkansans from discrimination. As the drafters desired, this law is as close to a state could come to codifying federal RFRA into state law. Unlike the drafters, however, we do not think this solves all the problems posed by the original RFRA. For like the 1993 federal law, this bill does not contain an express protection ensuring continued fair balancing of civil and religious rights. Enacting a 1993 federal law does not put Arkansas's law where it should be in 2015. As has been said in here, the ACLU supported the federal RFRA in 1993, which was the same year Arkansas passed the Civil Rights Act. Our concerns with RFRA began in the 1990s when the legal standards of the federal RFRA, compelling government interest, least restrictive means, substantial burden, were used in multiple cases to allow discrimination against unmarried heterosexual couples based on a person's religious beliefs. The 1993 federal RFRA isn't the right solution for Arkansas in 2015 because its language has been proven to be used to discriminate. The right solution is not to have a RFRA at all, because religious liberty is protected by the First Amendment and the Arkansas Constitution and the Arkansas Civil Rights Act. And I have to correct some statements that have been made here. Preachers, ministers, rabbis do not have to marry anybody they don't want to. No law could make them do that. And if one were passed, the ACLU would be the first to fight that law. And the same goes for students wearing yarmulkes in schools. That is allowed now, and we don't need a RFRA to do that. So, as a show of good faith, to help address some of the defects of this law, we ask that you do everything in your power to do two things. First, to address some of the defects inherited from the federal law by providing explicit protections for civil rights as part of the Arkansas RFRA. Second, add now missing and needed protections to our state civil rights law to protect against discrimination based on age, veterans or military status, gender identity, and sexual orientation. We recognize that this bill could prevent us from experiencing the disastrous results of legislation like HB 1228 that takes the RFRA well beyond its original intent, the consequences of which would certainly undermine our ability to prosper as well as our ideals as a state and as a nation. We could debate whether or not this bill repairs the damage done to our state and our reputation from that effort, but the law will not be righted absent express civil rights protections, and even then it will not be righted, it will be made better. Thank you very much.
I see no questions. Thank you for your testimony. Next on our list, we have Jackie Martin. Ms. Martin, you may take a seat.